Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm here today with another book update on my poetry book project. Since my last video, I have been editing. I opened the file as I promised and I read it. And I still found some more that I could tweak. And tweaking is an understatement, which I'll explain to you a little bit further. But editing is still what I have been doing. I tried a tip where some YouTubers say that you should read it aloud. And I like that tip because in reading it aloud, I could tell, the parts that I felt didn't flow or that I stumbled on or paused or stopped while reading. I knew that those were the parts that needed to be fixed. But let me take you over now to my notes file and I'll show you what has been done so far and why I said in the title that I believe that everything is coming together now and I'm very close, very, very close to the finish line. Okay, so here it is. I have a finished edited manuscript. Okay, I've reread it aloud several times and I don't know what else to tweak. I have run the file through words check, spell check, grammar check, and then after that I ran it through Grammarly. Grammarly's basic check, and I fixed and corrected whatever came up, and I am now left with no issues that I can see with my eye. So mind you now, that I am undertaking this whole project by myself, so I've been self-publishing or intend to self-publish, and the recommendation is that you should really have a professional editor who looks over your script, and I can see why it is such a frustrating thing to edit. And each time when I went over this script, I found something very simple. There was one in particular which I should have known, which I didn't until Grammarly pointed it out to me, and that was the English that I was using. I'm in the Caribbean, Jamaica, accustomed to using UK English, but most of the persons or who I think would be reading it would be from the US market. So Grammarly pointed that out, that a particular word I had used was if it is preferred to use the US, if I'm targeting that market, so to speak, the US English. So then I had a light bulb moment because I realized now I had to now go through and all the words I was spelling in UK fashion, I now had to fix for the American spelling, which I decided I would do. So it's little things like that I think that maybe professional editors are able to check over for you that you might miss in your own self-editing process. But let's go back to the notes here. Now, when I left off from NaNoWriMo in April, I had 6,651 words. I now have a draft that says 7,573 words. That's 900 more words. Now the reason for that is during the editing process is I just had an idea to add another section to the back of the book. And I did. I wrote that section, which came up to 900 and odd difference there. And it increased my word count. And so this is where I'm at now. So these are the sort of things that crop up, I guess, when you're editing, when you're noticing something that is either lacking or it could be something that needs to be removed. If it's lacking, you end up adding, as in my case here. So mind you, this is still a small word count, but we are talking about a poetry book here, not a full-length novel. So I'm satisfied with it now, and so I believe I have the finished manuscript. And what I did was I split that file. I split it and saved it, one as a paperback version, that complete one, and then I did a sort of condense, well, not really condense, it's just remove a couple of pages and saved another file for the ebook version. So there are some things that you leave out from the ebook version. So like the paperback started with like the half title, and then you go to the full title. So with the ebook version, I would need a half title page, so that's eliminated. And then there are things like blank pages. Let's say the table of contents I had on one page, blank on the back. The blank page is not needed in the ebook versions. So the content is still the same, but some pages are not necessary in the ebook version. So I have two finished files for the book, one for ebook and one now for paperback. Then I moved on now to completing the blurb for the back cover, and I did this, and I think that it's okay. I'm satisfied with it. So I have that blurb that will go on the back cover, and then a little section about the author just below it on the back cover, which would go above like where they have the barcode. So I have that set out in a file as well. I also completed the book description. So the book description would be what I would have to put in the appropriate section when I'm ready to go to KDP to describe what it is all about. So I have that set out as well. The other thing that I did was I had to research the book categories, and let me show you a little bit of what I did there. It seemed simple, but I realized that there were quite a lot of categories. I went over to the Amazon site and I clicked on the new releases. Then over to the left, the subcategory for poetry, and that you have some further subcategories here, and the only one that I see that would fit would be there's regional and cultural, which would allow me to let me just click on it. Right, it would allow me to click the region if I wanted to from the Caribbean. There is, let me go back to the poetry categories. There is themes and styles, I think, which suit mine, the one that I have, more because it's not really an anthology as such. Well, a full anthology is a short read. So themes and styles, and probably women authors. So I could either select the general category poetry or go down further into these other subtitles. So that's what I was researching, and this allows you to look at some of the new releases that are there, what the covers look like, what the pricing is, what some of the books are about. Alright, so that was a little bit of research that I did. Let me head back to the file, the notes file. Okay, I also did a little bit of research on keywords. Now, I understand that this seems to be the thing or whatever that allows you to get your book out there for those who are, you know, wanted to promote, and the focus is on sales and as much as you can. My focus has really been on just getting the book out, but I do recognize that you still need to consider these things, and you have to insert some keywords. So I have a few in mind I think that would relate, but the experts would tell you that, you know, you have to be strategic then when it comes to keywords. So I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna have to work with the keywords that I have come up with and see how that works. And then the last one, and this one is a biggie. I have created a book cover in Canva. Now notice I say it may not be final. And the reason for this is I was researching book covers, as I told you before, wanting to know what to do first, because the point I made was that how could I tell somebody what to make a cover for me when I do not myself know what type of cover I'm looking for or aiming for. So I played around. Played is the right word, I believe. I played around in this program, free program, Canva. Let me go across it, canva.com. And I came up with a cover. You have some headings here, discover. You can click on those and select book covers, and it says what do you want to design, whether it's blogging, ebooks, and here's a section here on book covers. Click on that, and there it was, start designing your book cover. And notice what it says, Canva's book cover maker makes designing book covers amazingly simple, even for non-designers. And that's me, definitely. I'm in that set of non-designers. I did it, had fun doing it, came up with a cover. Now what this cover will do for me is it will allow me to upload a draft into Amazon, and I hope that, you know, there won't be any errors with it. So along with the script and that draft and the categories and so on that I have and the keywords, all that information is what I would need to be uploaded into Amazon. It will allow me now to get order a proof copy, and I think that's what I need now to make this final edit, because I'm finished. I've looked it over and I don't know what else to do with it. I'm happy with it, so I now need to see what the proof copy would look like and to see what the actual book will turn out to be, and then from that proof I will see what I need to edit further, or if I need to send to someone else to edit anything further. But that would be, I guess, the final editing point. If I'm happy with it, it means that I could just click publish button. So that's why I said that everything is coming together. So I'm having a good time so far in this little period since the last video, and I wanted to come on and update you guys to let you know. I hope everybody is doing well, Thankful for this day, another week.